Hey y'all, welcome back. A couple of weeks ago I did a video about not sleeping on the 9-packs of Hot Wheels, how they had some really good cars in them, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that today. So I also mentioned in that video that there were a few that I didn't pick up that I kind of wish I had after the fact. So I've picked up a couple more, and I am missing one or two of the exclusives probably that I could have got it. I picked them up that day, but I think I've picked out a couple of good sets here, so we'll talk a little bit more about that. So this also kind of applies to the 20 packs, probably the 3 packs. 5 packs are a little more set in stone about what they have. And the 20 packs, the problem I have with those is it's rare that I can find enough cars in them that I want to justify the price. Usually I like 1 or 2 out of them, and that's kind of it. So the good thing about these multi-packs though is that you can find treasure hunts in them. You can find hard to find vehicles. They have some really nice exclusive cars. Apparently you can also find super treasure hunts in them every once in a while, although I have never personally seen that. I have seen a picture or two, so you can kind of take that for what it's worth. But let's just dive right in. I think this 9-pack, I picked this up the other day, is probably what most people are going to be the most interested in. And it's actually not for the exclusives, but it's for this car right here. This is just a regular mainline. If you're not familiar with it, most of you probably are. But this is the R32 Skyline, also known as the Godzilla Skyline from this year. And like I said, this is a regular mainline, but it's not been released where I am yet. So we've not got these cases. And so this is the first time I've been able to see it. It's a very nice casting. I like Skylines anyway, but I think they did a really good job with this one. The color's nice, tempo's pretty cool, and the wheel selection's pretty good. So I can definitely see why that's very popular other than just being a Skyline. So that was almost just worth the purchase of the 9-pack for me. Because, you know, if you're buying these on secondary, I know this is loose, but buying a carded on the secondary market right now is fairly expensive. So I was glad to find that. Also, we have this exclusive Nissan 300Z. Not a bad looking casting. I can't help but feel like we've had this in another set though, like a 5-pack or something. So I'm not sure, but either way, it's not a bad looking casting at all. Glad to have that one. Probably the one I was most interested in as far as exclusives in this set is this black 69 Chevrolet. It's kind of like a flat, I guess matte black. Looks really good on this truck. The tempo looks good. Wheel selection was nice, I thought. Just overall a good looking vehicle. Also have this, I'm assuming this is a mainline. I've not seen this anywhere as being an exclusive. But this Copo Camaro, I believe it's an 18 Camaro. I thought they did a really nice job again with the color selection on this. Really clean looking casting. I think if you're a Camaro fan, you're really going to be interested in picking this one up. So also in this set, we have this Aston Martin. Not a huge Aston Martin fan. I could have picked this up as a mainline, and I didn't. It's kind of on the fence about it, so I was okay getting it in here. I do like the Golf stuff, and it's not that I dislike Aston Martin. I just normally don't collect those. But if you do, you know, that's a really good pickup, either as a mainline or in a multi-pack. Also, we have another Camaro here, and I always forget this is a Camaro, this art car. The wheels just throw me off, I think. Have a couple of fantasy castings here, and then also this Nissan Leaf to round things out. So overall, not a bad set. Definitely 1, 2, 3, 4 that I was really interested in, and one that I'm happy to have. Probably wouldn't have bought it on its own, but definitely glad that it came with the 9-pack. Added to the value. Next up, and this gets a couple of the vehicles I was interested in the packs I didn't pick up before. Of course, we have this Nissan exclusive again, so I have multiples of that. This Bone Shaker, I already have multiples of it. It's a mainline. But this would definitely add to the value if I didn't have it. I do like this Bone Shaker. This is probably one of my favorite exclusives from this year so far. I like this casting anyway. And I think this color just really suits it. It's kind of retro. The tampos and the coloration on them look really good. It matches the color well. Just really like what they've done here. And it's a lot different look than the flat black that they had on the red edition last year. And I really liked it. So it's nice to have some variation. Same vehicle, but has quite a bit different look to it. Really nice. Also the Ford Lightning. I'm a pretty big fan of these. And this is just, nice clean casting. Kind of some race deco here. Just kind of an homage to something that looks like they came out with when I was growing up. Also have this Lamborghini. I believe this is an Aventador. Yes, it is. I honestly didn't know what this was at first. I thought it was, oh gosh, it leaves me. There's another car that kind of looks like this, kind of the open top, but man, this is just a really cool car. I like it. Also, we have, and this is not an exclusive, by the way. This is just a mainline, that Lamborghini is. Corvette's also a mainline as well. Another one I could have had and I kind of passed on, but definitely, glad to have it in here. It does add to the value because I'm okay with it. I like Corvettes. Thought it was a pretty cool design. I just try to limit my mainline purchases. So I have a couple, 3 fantasy castings rounding this one out. So, 3 that I really wanted. 1 I would have wanted had I not already had it, so that's 4. Plus these other 2 pretty cool castings, so not a bad value overall. And the last one we had here, mostly I was interested in this, and this is actually the first one I picked up this year. Mostly interested in this for the Mustang. I am a Mustang fan. They have kind of grown on me over the years. And I'm a fan of orange. I'm from Tennessee. The school I went to, our sports colors were orange. And I used to have a burnt orange Mitsubishi Eclipse. So I like it. I know some people don't have an affinity to it, but I'm usually a fan. And I think they did a really good job with this casting, the stripes, the color of the wheels and everything. So probably what most people are going to be interested in this set is this Cyclone. I've had a lot of people ask about this, seeing if people have found it. And I've found it in several 9-packs, but the paint has been awful on all of them. This is the best looking example I've found so far. You can see kind of some weak paint here, the smudge, whatever that is. Just not the greatest. It kind of reminds me of the one Skyline that they had last year that was almost a similar color to this. Just a lot of kind of paint issues with that. So still a good looking casting. Glad to have it, but just be on the lookout for that. If you find a good example of this and you're interested at all, pick it up because I have a feeling it'll be hard to find good examples of this. Now, this is an exclusive to the multi-packs. Another exclusive is this Warp Speeder fantasy casting. I know, but man, I just think it looks cool. I love the color on this, right? Of course, they had the treasure hunt version of this last year in the pink and white. Not bad. It's kind of grown on me. I like it. I also have this Lamborghini. I believe this is a Gallardo. Man, I have a hard time saying that. Forgive me. Not a bad looking car. It's an exclusive, just clean, nice look there. I thought this was an exclusive, but it's not. It kind of looks like the Carbide, but this is actually just a F1 racer, I believe. And man, but it's so cool looking. I really like that. Glad it came with it too. Of course, multiples of this again. Already have one of these. A lot of people thought this was an exclusive to the multi-packs, but as far as I know, it's not. I believe it's just a main line that hasn't came out yet. We have this Charger police car. Not a bad casting. I'm not a fan of the whole police car thing. I like police cars. It's just when they start making them different colors and making them like, beach pursuit and things like that, I can kind of take it or leave it, but not a bad casting overall. Let's see, and I think the one that leaves is this, and I saved this for last. I actually saw a couple of these in person. This is the first time I've seen them the other day, and oh man, this is such a good looking car in person, this Supra. They had a white one and a red one at the dealership I went by, and oh man, I was surprised at how good they looked. I mean, really. So this here is an exclusive to the multi-packs. Nice color, I think. Really good. Probably one of the better looking castings of this car that I've seen so far. So I was pretty happy to pick that up. So in this we had, 3 that I was very interested in. And, 1, 2, 3 that I'm pretty happy to have. And another I would have been had I not already had multiples. So overall, again, not a bad value, I think. So hopefully this kind of gives you an idea of what to look for. I'll leave a link in the description below to the Fandom website where you can see a list of the cars that are exclusive to the multi-packs. and they update that list pretty regular as they come out. This isn't an exhaustive list that I've done here, by the way. There are some other cars. Let's see, the Studebaker Champ kind of comes to mind. That's in a color similar to this, I guess you'd say. And probably some others that I'm leaving out. So it isn't exhaustive. Some of the exclusives are fantasy casting, so, you know, it may not be that you're interested in that. But I think I'm going to start trying to collect a little, some more of the licensed cars in these exclusive packs. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Let me know, do you collect the exclusive cars out of these? Have you seen any this year that you just can't wait to get your hands on? Do you have pretty good luck out of the 9-packs where you're at? Where I am, we get them pretty regular. So anyways, happy to pick these up. If you like what we're doing here, give us a like and a subscribe. Share this video if you know anybody that might find it helpful. Hope everybody has a good weekend, and happy hunting, y'all.